Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. It is time for some okboomer. I'm gonna start off mild, but it's gonna escalate quickly. But either way, you know the drill. Go get hydrated, go grab some water or some tea, and then we'll get started. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. My girlfriend's explanation of why okboomer became a thing is spot on. Millennials tried for so long to explain using facts and evidence that they don't actually have it that easy and aren't just lazy, but it became very clear that boomers don't actually care about facts, evidence, or reality for that matter. So this is what has resulted. We've given up. I feel like okboomer is kind of the equivalent of, okay, wow, you're so horribly wrong, but I don't have the time or energy to repeatedly explain something that you're not going to listen to anyways. Yeah, basically. Because I love the people that say, okay, boomer is a slang. It's like, no, you chose to act like a dumbass and not care about facts at all. And if you don't want to listen, we're not going to explain again because we all have better things to do, you know? So I think she has a point. Boomer starter pack. This type of selfie only. Font size huge, this phone case, and posting things like good morning, wishing you a nice day on their story or their Facebook. Yeah, I'm kind of glad my dad doesn't actually have Facebook because I feel like he wouldn't post pictures like this. He would post pictures of trains because he may or may not be totally obsessed with trains and model trains. But you know, the rest, yeah. When I was young, I had ADHD too, but I was suddenly healed when I saw my dad taking off his belt. Okay, there is a difference. I mean, first of all, that's a difference between like a child just being hyperactive, because a lot of children often are. Like, of course, they're going to be hyperactive and running around or not want to do their homework or something like that. You know, first of all, the difference between that and like an actual ADHD child. And second of all, there's also a difference between suppressing something because if you don't, you're gonna get hurt versus actually healing something. Because ADHD you can't actually heal. If you actually had ADHD, you've just managed to suppress it so far, which is kind of impressive, but it's still, what are you doing? When I was a kid, there were two ways to die. Natural causes and talking back to your parents. We're the superior generation because we were abused. That's kind of a weird take, you know, to be like, ah yes, there were only two ways to die. Haha, talking back to your parents is gonna get you like beat or killed. Haha, so funny. I know we as Gen Z also like making jokes about our trauma, but I like to think at least we're funnier than this because it's just not funny, because this is kind of making it seem like it's okay that it was that way, you know? Ah yes, a nice little cartoon. Would you relax? They never look up. As if there are actually like kind of two types of boomers. Well, maybe three. The ones that are so against technology that they don't even use a smartphone. The ones that are also on their smartphones like this, but still don't know how to do anything on it except maybe log into Facebook. And then the good boomers, I am sorry, but I am gonna be calling them that, who try to go with the time and try to like learn technology because they know it's gonna make their life easier. You know, but either way, my god, as if people are stuck to their phones 24/7. Like, I'm on my phone a lot, but still, most people don't look at their phone while walking, you know? Okay, stop blaming your parents for how you turned out. You're grown now. Your mistakes are your own. Grow up. In a way, I want to agree, because literally, you're an adult. You can still change a lot of things about how you're acting or how you live your life. And you should like try to heal yourself from the trauma that actually like most people have from their parents. You know, in a lot of cases it's obviously worse than in others, but you can't just blame your parents and be like, but this is who I am now, even if I'm a total dickhead, and just accept it and move on. I mean, you can, obviously. A lot of people do and do it. Oh, well, my parents treated me the same way I'm treating you, and I turned out okay. Like, we love that narrative, but honestly, I don't agree with this post as a whole, obviously, because literally, some things will take years for you to actually like get over, as they would put it. But also, these are the kind of people that are like, okay, my parents beat me as a child, but I turn out fine, so I'm just gonna hit my children because it'll make them stronger, as if it's not completely demented to actually hit your child. You know, if this is you being an adult and, you know, owning up your own mistakes, you're really not doing a good job. Wow, just busting balls. These people are so sensitive these days. When you kids play soccer, everyone gets a trophy, just to make sure feelings aren't hurt. A genius, your generation gave us the trophies. Because they didn't know how to explain to their children that you can't always win. And they didn't want to deal with upset kids, so they gave everyone a trophy. Which short term works, because then everyone's like happy because they got a trophy and they feel like they won and it's fine. But in the long term, it's really not productive, and also you can't complain about it if you were the one that actually did the thing in the first place. It doesn't work. Okay, cute. Today's 18-year-olds are like the 12-year-olds from a decade ago. Okay, if they actually read the article they cited, they'd know it blames boomers for controlling their kids' lives and failing to teach them what they actually need to know. Again, you can't complain about something if it's your fault. I mean, you can, but in cases like these, you just look. So you can't complain that 18-year-olds don't know how to cook or how to change a tire on a car or whatever it is, if you never made the effort to teach them. You know? Oh well. Okay, why can't a lot of boomers handle criticism? Or anything that they take as criticism? I swear, if you mention how much you like a remake of a movie or a song, someone will remind you, it's a remake, it's not as good as the older one. I have opinions about not following the life script, i.e. not rushing to get married, have kids, and be a stay-at-home mom. And anytime I barely scratch the surface, at least 5 current boomers have to chime in about how they started getting married and having kids at a young age, and they did okay. Like, okay, I didn't ask, nor do I care. Why am I not allowed to have any sort of different opinion at all? Yeah, literally. Just because you had to do something, because it was just so expected of your time that you really couldn't, or felt like you couldn't, which is honestly fair. But are you just gonna stand here and again expect everyone to be the same and have the same thing work for them if it actually worked for you? But the thing is, if you don't think you have other options, you make it work because you know, okay, I have to do this, so I have to make it work. That doesn't mean there isn't a better way. You know? I'm not even coming from it. Like, if you want to, like, get married young and start a family young and whatever and be a stay-at-home mom, cool. If it works for you, if that's what you want to do. But you can't really expect everyone to be the same or, like, want to live the same life. That just doesn't work. Look what they took from us. They're very dark colors and not welcoming. Very depressing. I'm seeing more and more of this in many businesses. Very sad, almost satanic. Are you serious? Also, this is a group for 90s nostalgia, not people in their 90s. I mean, what's this with calling everything that's in dark colors almost satanic? And it's evil, and it's the devil's work. Dude, it's literally just a business going with time to look modern and trying to make the most money. That's all. What are you doing? Haha, 10 fun things to do at gay weddings. We're gonna love this. By Pastor whatever. 1. When the minister says, "By the God invested in me," jump up from your seat and loudly yell, "I now pronounce you an abomination." Haha, so funny. 2nd, at the reception dinner, pick up a piece of fruit and say this loud enough for everyone to hear. I've never seen so many fruits in one place in all my life. Again, if a queer person did this joke, it'd be funny. But okay. 3, ask the minister or reverend, "Did you check the weather today? I heard there was a chance of it raining fire and brimstone." Again, just very funny. 4, sign the guest register as Satan. Okay, if I see my guest register signed as Satan and there isn't an actual Satan, I'm gonna be disappointed. 5, as a wedding gift, give them a poster that quotes Romans 1:26 and sign the gift card "From Jesus." Alright. 6, invite a team of street preachers for the reception. What are you doing? Literally. 7, ask the bride or groom if where they're going on the honeymoon is really, really hot. Ha ha ha, you're going to hell. So funny. No one's ever done this joke before. 8, use one of the rainbow flags as a handkerchief to blow your nose. 9, loudly ask another guest, "Are these two real women or just some of those drag queens?" 10, refuse to shake any guest's hands and say, "No thanks, I have a pretty good idea where that's been." Do I want to know how much time you spent on this post? And also, not that anyone was going to invite you to a gay wedding before this, but latest now, they're really not going to invite you. Because guess what? Everyone knows you're a homophobic dickhead. They're not going to invite you to their wedding if they're gay. In fact, they're not going to want to spend time with you at all. You're just doing this so other homophobic people will be like, "Ha ha ha, he's funny, I'm going to follow him, I really like him." Like, dude, y'all are obsessed. And not in the good way. My god. You're stupid. Like, how? Because you haven't bought a home before the age of 22 due to a housing crisis we created. That's basically it. It's like, yeah, when I was your age, I was already like halfway done paying off my house. Like, cool. Great. A lot of people wish they could. But Sure. Do you actually want to bet that a boomer didn't actually make this comic? I kind of want to bet it was a Gen Z or like young millennial. Dear parents, if you want to find out where your son or daughter is in the house, simply turn off the Wi-Fi and wait. See, it's funny they put a laughing thing there. As if people's phones wouldn't just switch to mobile data and they wouldn't probably even notice. That is going to be mad later because they thought they were on Wi-Fi the whole time. But either way, even if they didn't have their mobile data on, this wouldn't be funny. They would just like randomly walk to the router and turn it back on, Boomer thinks she's the boss just because of her age, despite the fact that she has no formal management position acknowledged by the company. It's a Tuesday after Cyber Monday and Black Friday. We are busy out of our ass trying to get shit out. We're 2 days into 10-hour shifts. We worked Sunday, we're all tired, and of course I'm stuck with a boomer coworker who won't stop yelling at other people. I don't get it. She has no authority by the company. She is bottom of the line at the company, yet she still thinks her word is law just because of her age. I outrank her, yet she still tries to boss me around. She tries to boss the actual manager around, despite the fact she doesn't even know what the higher-up executives ordered us to do. Trying to fix a machine that is vital to keep everything going, and she thinks it's a good time to order me to do something that isn't that important, deliver one box downstairs. Which is more important, the machine that allows us to do thousands of boxes or just one box? I am pulling out my hair. What is it with boomers? Why don't they comprehend that they're not the boss unless the company says they are? Yeah, literally, I'm beginning to understand. My sister started like a new job when she was 30 as a trainee, and they asked if she was okay with like younger people telling her what to do. And And she was like, yeah, sure. Because to her, in her head, she was like, of course, they've been here longer, or they're like in a management position. They know what they're doing. I don't, because I'm new. So she was like, yeah, of course. But I'm beginning to see why they asked, because, my God. I get that if you've been there for a long time and you kind of know what's going on, you might kind of low-key start to boss people around. But A, if you don't know what the orders are, what are you even doing? Like, my God. And trying to boss the actual manager around, it's just a new level of funny. You know, what are you doing? Okay, why I gotta put a seatbelt on, but the garbage man can hang off the back of the truck? Because they like to control us and scare us. Many years nobody had seatbelts. Fear sells. Yeah, we drove to like Erie in 1987 on this 79 with 6 of us in the back of a pickup truck. Those were the days. And we're still alive. Now they all run and hide from humanity, from their family. What does that even mean? Why do we have to wear seatbelts, but our precious children don't have seatbelts on the bus? I've been asking that for years. Yeah, okay, I mean, first of all, garbage trucks don't actually drive that fast, right? So they can't just like stand there and hold on. Sure, you could do that if the truck was moving faster too, to an extent, but that wouldn't be safe anymore. Second of all, being like, okay, we have this thing for safety now, but I hate it because it's just fear. Might be one of the dumbest take ever. But then again, a lot of school buses actually have seatbelts now, don't they? We had a lot of seatbelts on buses when I was a kid. Is that a German thing? I'm not sure. An old man said, erasers are made for those who make mistakes. The youth replied, erasers are made for those who are willing to correct their mistakes. Attitude matters. Which, the post itself is quite good, right? It's kind of fair. But then, maybe reverse it. The young man said that the erasers are made for those who made mistakes. But the old man, in his wisdom, said that the erasers are for those willing to correct their mistakes. Makes much more sense that way. Strangely, the logic here, in this day and age, is backwards. Today's youth lack wisdom, tolerance, and depth. They melt down when challenged. They've been taught a herd mentality, to go along with the crowd, to comply without question, and to be proud. As if what you just described isn't exactly boomers. Especially the herd mentality of like, okay, I had to do this, so you have to do this too. And don't you dare be different. Colored hair? No, that's too different. You can't do that. Oh my God, why would you stray from the herd? As if that isn't boomers. I'm getting mad about a post that is about erasers. My God. But also, isn't it kind of the same thing? Technically, erasers are for people who make mistakes. Because if you make a mistake, you erase it. That's you already admitting you made a mistake. Anyways, I'm moving on. I'm not getting more mad about erasers. My God. Here we go. A robot server in an air dry Boston pizza. Ah, yes. I know for a fact I would have kicked it, or maybe even stomped it, and left the establishment with my wholehearted opinion of truth, expressly known to all. I have boycotted all large corporations for a decade now, and they were already one of them. How can he be this mad at a little robot? Look at it. I mean, apart from the fact that I think it's adorable because it has cat ears. You know, a lot of places are understaffed. Like, it doesn't even matter what the place is. If it's a restaurant or any other business, most places are kind of understaffed. So having a robot make the staff's job easier is somehow a bad thing in your opinion. Because they're like, oh, they don't work hard enough anymore. But you're also going to be the one complaining that if your food takes like 5 minutes longer, you're just going to be like complaining about it. Instead of understanding that they're understaffed. But then if they want to help move things faster, because they know that all their customers want to have their food as soon as possible, basically, you're also going to complain about it. Okay then. Okay, ladies, I have cracked the code. Men have 2 emotions, hungry and horny. So if you see him without an erection, make him a sandwich. This meme perfectly describes how I feel about this post. A, disgusting. Second of all, I can't. I'm just gonna move on. This meme actually, I don't know what to say to this. Anyways. Oh wow, I found a good boomer. I knew I said I was gonna be calling them that earlier because, okay, to my fellow boomers, if you want the millennials and Gen Zers to stop thinking we're annoying, I have a suggestion. Stop being annoying. In particular, embrace technology and stop expecting individuals, organizations, and businesses to slow down for you and inconvenience themselves just because you don't want to learn very simple technology. I don't want to hear your excuses why you can't FaceTime or read QR codes or try Apple Pay. I'm 76. When I was younger, I was a secretary and wrote shorthand, a quite complicated system that took me a few solid years to master. Some of you did complex military tasks or worked as mechanics and pipe fitters or whatever. You're telling me you can't take 5-10 minutes and learn how to use an iPhone or pay bills online instead of ranting at a business for not taking a check? You complain that you miss your kids and grandkids that live out of the state, but you won't take 5 minutes to learn how to use FaceTime so you could talk and see them as often as you want. You complain that somewhere was hard to find when Google Maps literally just does the work for you if you just gave it a chance and typed it in. He has a point, you know. You can't really expect everything to stay the same as it was 30, 40 years ago, even 10 years ago. My god, because technology moves fast. And I know it can be frustrating if you don't get it at first, but literally just not even trying and just being annoying, being like, oh, I don't know how to split a PDF, can you do it for me? It's so annoying. My god. Someday, we old folks will use cursive writing as a secret code. Well, fun fact, most people can actually read cursive. If I try to write cursive, it's gonna look like shit, I'll be honest. But everyone can read it. Kind of a shit secret code if, like, a lot of people can read it, you know? Like, 3 people would get this, but it's worth it. Again, I hate to break it to you, a lot of people will get this even if they didn't have cassettes as a kid. People who had cassettes as a kid probably feel the pain of having to do this on a different level than people who never had to do this, but it's literally, it's not that funny. Also, wouldn't you poke his eyes out with the pencil if you drew the eyes where you have to, like, put the pencil in to turn it back? What are you? Oh well. Boomers. Millennials keep getting offended. Also boomers, when they see a rainbow, screams in transphobia. Just yes. You like to call Gen Z or millennials snowflakes or oversensitive, but then the second someone's like, oh no, you have to wait a little bit, or no, we don't take checks anymore, or there's a rainbow, or people are gay, they lose their shit. My god. Ah yes. Warning, millennial anti-theft device. Again, most people know how to drive stick, you know? Like, I'm not even a millennial, I'm Gen Z. I learned how to drive on stick. That's, again, it's just not funny because it's just so much, so untrue. That wasn't even grammar anymore, but it's just, my god. Want to know the secret of turning $40 into $400? Put the $40 into your gas tank and then drive to work. Again, haha, funny, I guess, because no one wants to work anymore. My god, I'm moving on. Why do boomers always have to take the joy out of every achievement accomplished by everyone other than themselves? So, I've been working out and trying to lose weight since the middle of July, and I just hit the point where I lost my first 10 pounds. As someone who has struggled my whole life with my weight and has never had very much success dealing with it, this is a big deal for me. I was excited and I mentioned it to one of my coworkers who's also trying to lose weight. He was also happy for me and encouraged me to keep doing what I'm doing. But of course I have a boomer coworker who overhears my conversation and feels like she needs to add her own commentary. She was like, losing weight is no big deal. The only thing that matters is your belt size. I lose weight too easily. Besides, I don't know why kids are so obsessed with being skinny. If it was up to me, I think it's healthier to have more meat on their bones because it gives you more power when you do things. Why can't boomers just be happy for other people when they accomplish something they set out to do? Boomers always have to go around and find a way to devalue and tear down everyone else's accomplishments. They always go around picking things apart so they can take away from everyone's joy. It's like boomers just want to be miserable, and they also want everyone around them to be miserable. I also saw it on Facebook, a post about a 10-year-old kid who managed to walk the entire Appalachian Trail with his parents. The kid walked 10 to 50 miles a day for over a month and a half. Any normal people would be proud of the kid accomplishing this, but not the boomers. Looking through the comments, there was a flood of boomers claiming what the kid did was nothing big, because I ran around my neighborhood a lot as a kid. I certainly walked more than 50 miles a day. Reading it was absolutely mind-boggling. You had a bunch of old forests claiming that running around a freshly clean-cut suburb as a bigger accomplishment than a 10-year-old kid walking a several hundred-mile trail through open and wild wilderness. Because, yeah, first of all, you get to come home and sleep in your comfy bed. And have your mom cook you meals. And, you know, I'm sure the parents still obviously took care of that child on the trip. But I'm just saying, having to, like, camp out there in the wilderness and kind of have to fend for it and not have, like, fresh water or, like, have to look around really hard to find it is obviously the same as living in a comfy house. Okay. Yeah. But literally, why do people do this? The whole, oh yeah, no, it's easy for me, so it's no big deal that you did this. As if everyone is the same. Why are these people so frustrating? My god, guys, I'm glad we're almost done. Okay. I think the real reason this generation is so angry is because their music sucks. You have no idea how many posts I found like these, of boomers being like, haha, new music sucks. Again, as if all people have the same tastes. Like, you can say you don't like listening to new music. That's cool. Like, no one says you have to like it. But being like, no, their music sucks, our music is so much better. Oh, so dumb. My god. Okay, what is this? Are people out here actually offended at metal straws? To be fair, I think at restaurants I would prefer glass straws, because if you have metal straws at home, I have metal straws, not glass ones. Because, I don't know, they feel better in my mouth. But I have them and I know I clean them well. In a restaurant, I would prefer glass for that reason. But apart from that, what are you doing? It's just a straw. This new generation don't want to work. You can give them a job laying down and they'll stand up to quit. Okay, are you saying that because people will quit a job if they're being mistreated or severely underpaid, that means they don't want to work? Okay, knowing your worth means you don't want to work. Understood, yeah. Can I interest you in a soy latte? Just coffee, black. Caramel macchiato, just coffee, black. Iced peppermint mocha, that actually sounds really good. Just coffee, black. Frappe? For crying out loud, make up your mind and order. Okay, I love when boomers complain about shit like this, because as a fast food worker, I would literally rather walk into a lobby and shoot myself in the head than suggest more than one menu item to a customer. Yeah, literally. Like, if they don't know what they want, you might suggest something. Because you want them to order and get out of there. Because that's your job. You just want them to order and leave. But if they say what they want, you're not going to be like, okay, but don't you want this instead? Because literally, what do you care? My god. But iced peppermint mocha actually does sound really good. I want one. A boss, just ordering people around to do the job. Leader, helping them do that. Leader in real life, anyone born after 1999. Haha, another installment of, haha, no one works anymore, they just are addicted to their phone. Do I even need to say, do I need to say it? Do I need to say that it's ridiculous and just obviously not true? Do I need to say it? Okay, this is the last one. And I'm really glad this is the last one. It's just funny to me. Okay, there are grown men, actually fully formed adults, outside Cannoli Station dressed up as what look like characters from a superhero comic. What a time to be alive. Y'all aware that cosplaying has also been a thing for a very long time. But this one's just funny to me. you're just gonna be there and be like, okay, they're out here with their costumes of superheroes, having fun and chatting and doing what they want to do in their free time. But I think it's weird, so I'm gonna complain about it. To be fair, I complain about people a lot because they do weird shit like this. But if someone wants to do cosplay, or whatever they like to do in their free time, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, why do you care? If you like sitting in the park, reading a newspaper, silently judging everyone that walks by, I don't give a shit. You can sit there. I don't care what you do. You know? As long as you don't start insulting random people, because then it's infecting or like affecting other people, then I have an issue. But what do you care what people do in their free time? You know? Oh well. I realized I haven't actually said okay boomer to any of these posts, which is kind of a missed opportunity. But just know that I use it enough in real life because people like these are just frustrating. Oh my god. Anyways, I hope you at least had your water. We can't be frustrated and dehydrated. Come on, that combo. So, if you haven't finished your drink, do it now. I'm gonna make myself a coffee because I feel like I need it now. But guess what? I'm gonna drink a black coffee. Does that make me a boomer now? But anyways, I will see you in 3 days.